Graduates, please meet in the back. Graduates, please meet in the back. Thank you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. May I present representatives from the Board of Regents, members of the administration, and our speaker this evening. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the faculty of Matsu College. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for our graduates, the 2025 candidates for degrees and certificates. Please remain standing for our national anthem, followed by the Alaska flag song. The national anthem will be performed by Mr. Gary Forrester, and our state flag song will be performed by the Matsu Concert Band under the direction of Steve Charles.
You see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Everyone, please be seated. Thank you, Gary, Steve, members of the Matsu Concert Band, for sharing your musical talents with us tonight. Welcome, everyone, to the Glen Massey Theater and the Matanuska-Susitna College, the University of Alaska Anchorage, all part of the University of Alaska system. I would especially like to welcome our 2025 graduates, family, and friends to our Matsu College commencement. On behalf of the college, I want to acknowledge that Matsu College stands on the ancestral lands of the Dena'ina and Ahtna Dene. We honor their past, present, and future contributions and recognize their deep and enduring relationship with this land. It is through their dedication we have the privilege to work, learn, and thrive in our shared community. And at Matsu College, we are pleased that approximately 1 out of 8 enrolled students share this heritage. At this time, I kindly ask you to ensure your cell phones are silenced for the remainder of tonight's ceremony. I would also like to recognize and thank Alaska Interpreting Alliance for providing interpreting services this evening. And now it is my privilege to introduce those present with me on the stage. From your right, Dr. Elizabeth Ripley, tonight's commencement speaker. Yes, please clap for her. University of Alaska Anchorage Chancellor Sean Parnell. Regent Joey Crum. Regent Stephen Colligan. Dr. Jenny McNulty, Dean for the College of Arts and Sciences. Dr. Carly Simon, Dean for the School of Education. Dr. Mary Catherine Harmon, Director of Academic Affairs. And Dr. Katrina Wallstrom, Director of Student Services. It is my distinct honor to introduce a leader whose life's work reflects a deep commitment to service, stewardship, and selflessness, Chancellor Sean Parnell. Throughout his career as an attorney, a legislator, Alaska's 10th governor, and now as the Chancellor of UAA, Sean Parnell has understood that true leadership is not about holding on to the baton, but preparing the next runner for success. To provide just one example of Sean Parnell's foresight and leadership, this is our 10-year anniversary for the Glen Massey Theater that we're in. Chancellor Parnell was serving as governor of Alaska when the legislature first started discussing the idea of a theater to help meet the needs of the Valley. Governor Parnell's support was instrumental in the creation of this wonderful space where the Valley gathers for arts and learning. And for this, we thank you, Chancellor Parnell. Since becoming chancellor in 2021, Sean Parnell has been focused on empowering others, making college more affordable and accessible, building bridges between UAA and Alaska's communities, and crafting a university that belongs to all Alaskans. Under his leadership, UAA and Mat-Su College have faced challenges, yet his guidance has helped us navigate everything from budget battles to a once-in-a-lifetime, or what we hope is once-in-a-lifetime, pandemic. Despite the best efforts of some of our most persuasive faculty and staff, he is retiring, but his mark on our university and our state will be felt for a long while. Today, we are reminded that leadership is not a sprint, but a relay, and Chancellor Parnell always kept our pace up while preparing the next generation, you, our current and future graduates, to carry the baton even further. He is here tonight to share in this special moment for all of you and your families. Please help me welcome Chancellor Parnell to the podium.
I really did not anticipate that, such a gracious welcome, but thank you so much. And good evening. Congratulations to the Mat-Su College class of 2025. This is such an achievement in your life. It's in your journey that you have taken so far. It's taken your hard work. You've risen to the challenge, even amidst raising families, holding down jobs, pursuing multiple degrees and certificates at the same time. And so this evening, we recognize you and all that you have accomplished. We celebrate the opportunity that lies ahead, the chance for you to pursue your goals and to create a bright future here in Alaska. In welcoming you to commencement and being the person who's delivering the greeting to all present tonight, I thought it fitting to pass along some wisdom from the life of Dr. Walter Soboleff. I quote from Dr. Soboleff frequently. I enjoyed his presence in my life. Walter was a venerable Tlingit elder, scholar, and pastor. I had the honor of knowing him, and his quiet and gracious leadership was known throughout Alaska. He passed away some years ago at the age of 102, so he lived a long life. He had a lot of wisdom to impart, and he used to show up at the governor's office and state that he had an appointment when he didn't. But I always welcomed him in. One pearl of wisdom I gleaned from Walter Soboleff was to say thank you and to say it authentically and often. At his memorial service, people stood up and read from thank you cards that he had sent. He'd sent thousands of handwritten thank you cards and words of encouragement to others in his life. And graduates, I know that tonight you're not here by yourselves, and everything that Director Gardner read about me here as Chancellor was not done by ourselves. You did it with the help of many people here in this room and many people who could not be here tonight. So if you wouldn't mind, would you give them a round of applause as your expression of thanks? I also want to say a special thank you to the faculty and to the staff and to the administrators here at Mat-Su College. In my 4 years, tenure here as Chancellor, I've seen your hard work, I've seen your care and compassion for these students, I've seen your motivation and just the spirit that you bring to this place. Whether you're working in a classroom trying to help a student understand the curriculum, the materials, or whether you are working in an office trying to help knock down barriers to their enrollment, or whether you are cleaning up here in the theater to make sure that everybody has a great experience. I just want to say thank you for all that you do here at Mat-Su College. So let's give faculty, staff, and administrators a round of applause. Giving thanks also means giving back. It means doing work of importance and serving something bigger than yourselves during your life and career. Mat-Su College is the legacy of many who have given back, creating a place of education and opportunity here in the Valley. The land behind this theater was gifted to Mat-Su College by the family of Fred Makatans. As many of you appreciate, Fred Makatans is one of Alaska's most famous painters. During a lifetime in the arts, he vividly captured the scenic beauty of Alaska and the lives of its people. You see his works collected here at Mat-Su College, and his themes were always centered in the community. He was also just as happy being a regular Valley resident like all of us, cheering at Palmer High School sporting events. Okay, he might have also gone to Colony if it was here then too, but cheering at Palmer High sporting events, and teaching painting at local schools. Later in life and through their estate, the Makatans family made a remarkable gift to Matsu College, donating land as well as their library of books and art. They also endowed a scholarship to contribute to the success of future generations, including you. Fred Makatans had achieved great heights as a world-renowned artist, but it was his contributions locally which were perhaps some of his most important gifts. It was how he said thank you, by giving back. And it's in that spirit tonight, as I leave this role as your chancellor, that I'm honored to return a signed Makatans pen and ink drawing entitled Indian Trapper to Matsu College. The piece has been enjoyed by numerous chancellors since it was donated to UAA in 1981, and I'm pleased to bring it back to its proper home here in the Matsu Valley. So graduates, wherever your lives and careers take you, remember that achievement without giving back is without significance. We only achieve well when we achieve together, when we achieve for one another, when we achieve to give back to those who gave to us. So like Makatans, say thank you by giving back to those who have supported you and those who will come after you. And graduates, just through your journey, I hope you'll follow the life lessons of people like Walter Sobolov and Fred Makatans, and just say thank you and give back generously. So congratulations. I hope you enjoy this evening, and we celebrate with you and acknowledge your great achievement tonight. Thank you.
Thank you, Chancellor Parnell, for sharing with our graduates tonight, but also for everything you have done these past years as UAA Chancellor. It's truly great to have you with us. Now it is my pleasure to welcome a special guest, State Senator Shelley Hughes. Senator Hughes is a proud alumnus of UAA and has resided in Alaska for nearly 50 years. She has represented Matsu in the legislature since 2012, first in the House and later being elected to the Senate in 2017. She served as Senate Majority Leader during the 32nd Alaska Legislature from 21 to 22. Senator Hughes' background is in education, and she has worked in communities ranging from Hoonah to Fort Yukon. This work included serving as an academic instructor at the Palmer Correctional Center. Prior to being elected to office, the senator served as Government Affairs Director for the Alaska Primary Care Association. She is an active volunteer with numerous organizations, including the Alaska All Academies Association and Crossroads Community Church in Palmer. Please welcome Senator Shelley Hughes for a special presentation on behalf of the Alaska State Legislature.
Thank you very much. And I'm not in the program because I'm a surprise, and it's a surprise for you, Chancellor Parnell, so if you'd please come back up. So I call him my governor. As you know, you got a little history from Dr. Gardner about your chancellor and the fact that he is retiring. But I'll just go back and hit a few things that she didn't cover. He came to Alaska from California at age 10. He graduated from East High School. He went off, hey, there you go, went off and he went to law school at University of Puget Sound. And then he worked as an attorney for a few years. And then 33 years ago, he stepped up to serve our state. And he's done it in multiple capacities, and he's done it very, very well. He served in the House of Representatives, then he served in the Senate, and then he went on to become lieutenant governor, and then governor, and that now chancellor, and he's retiring. And we are grateful as Alaska State Legislature. So I stand here before you on behalf of the House and Senate of the Alaska State Legislature. Representative Delana Johnson of Palmer wished she could be here too, but she wasn't able to, so I am representing her specifically as well, because we really appreciate this man. He's been an influential leader, and I want to tell you a couple of the big things that he did while he was in the legislature. We had a huge unfunded liability, and with wisdom, he knew we had some money that we could help pay that down, and he did. And I don't know if you've heard about the fiscal and budget challenges we're having now, but they would be far, far worse if he hadn't led that. He was also very, very instrumental in addressing domestic violence in our state. And he started a campaign that still exists today called Choose Respect. And he really has made a difference in people's lives. And probably the one most connected to the universities, he is the one that started the Alaska Performance Scholarship Program. And that very much ties to the existence of the university here. And so we are very grateful for you, Governor, Chancellor. We appreciate you. You have led with such dignity and just with a high character. And these days, you know, we hear about a lot of corruption and problem with people, but this guy he's walked the straight and narrow and done a wonderful job in our state, and we as a legislature are so grateful. And so we passed this citation honoring Governor Parnell, and I'd like to give it to you at this point.
Thank you so much.
And before I leave the stage, I'm looking at graduates. I just have to tell you, I am so proud of you. Education is a game changer. It is an absolute game changer. I was a young mom under the poverty level, and going to the University of Alaska changed my life. And I know you're all going to do great things and many things, and we need young leaders. I'm just so thrilled for each of you for all your hard work. So congratulations this evening.
Thank you, Senator Hughes, for sponsoring the citation and for your attendance tonight to present it. I would now like to invite Elizabeth Ripley, our keynote speaker for the evening, to join me at the podium. There are very few people, if any, who have had a greater impact on our Mat-Su Valley community than Elizabeth Ripley. She spent the past 16 years as the driving force behind the Mat-Su Health Foundation, building it from a promising idea into a powerful engine for health, hope, and resilience across the Mat-Su borough. In 2008, when Elizabeth first stepped into her role with the foundation was awarding just under $3 million in grants each year. Today, that number exceeds $20 million. However, her impact cannot be measured in dollars alone. It can be seen in the lives saved through expanded medical and behavioral health services, and also in the promising students right here in the Valley, so many of which are able to pursue healthcare careers due to the scholarships she helped create. Please join me in celebrating a leader who has run her leg of the race with extraordinary purpose and heart, and who now passes the baton with confidence, hope, and abiding love for this community, Elizabeth Ripley.
Well, good evening and congratulations, graduates. Woo! You've reached a major milestone and possess something no one can take away, a more educated mind. I salute your success. You and I are at a crossroads in life's journey. I just retired on April 30th after 40 years in the healthcare sector. And I'm trying to process what's next for me and how I will still continue to contribute to society and how I will continue to learn and grow. And you also get to pivot into new learning, a new opportunity, whether you're continuing on for your bachelor's degree or a master's degree, or you're heading into the workforce with your degree or your occupational certificate. One thing that I will be doing is teaching my 4-year-old grandson how to play baseball. I love sports. And as you leave tonight with your diploma, I offer 4 recommendations to help set you up for success as you make your way in the world, and I'm going to fashion them into the elements of the great American pastime, baseball. So number 1, appreciate the managers, coaches, and fans. Number 2, be curious and think critically, because life, like baseball, is a thinking game. Number 3, step up to the plate and lean into the pitch. And number 4, don't worry about knocking it out of the park. Just connect with your teammates. So number 1, appreciate the managers, coaches, and fans. And I'm going to kind of replicate what the Chancellor shared with you. But let's start with acknowledging the people who helped you get here today to this accomplishment. We have this mythology woven into the American fabric that as individuals we can completely determine our own decisions, path, and success. And nowhere is this rugged individualism more pervasive than in Alaska. And many of us, including me, moved here to do it our own darn way and to chart a different path, to venture away from the security of family and familiar geography to the last frontier. And there's no question that working hard and applying our gifts gets us further in life. It helps us excel and even earn promotions. And when we're successful, it's easy to look back at that success and pat ourselves on the back for these triumphs and for the real effort that we put forth. But as one of my colleagues says, there's the truth, and then there's the story we tell ourselves. The truth is that while I worked hard and I made good decisions most of the time, I didn't get to where I am, and you didn't get to where you are totally on your own. And you likely had people coaching you, helping manage facets of your life, or encouraging you to keep going. You have a fan club, and many people had a hand in your success and paved the way for you to get here. It's also true that some of us get more support than others. Some of us had difficult childhoods. Some of us have experienced poverty, and others have never experienced financial hardship. But all of us have had people help us get to today. And it could have been a teacher, a relative, a coach, a friend, or all of these. And for sure, this supportive fan club included your professors, teachers, and staff here at Mat-Su College. It's a huge victory for them to see you walk across the stage and collect your diploma or certificate. So let's give them another big hand and thank you again tonight. Does your fan base include a spouse or partner, parents, other relatives or friends who supported you on the path to this degree? And are they with you here tonight? All right, come on, turn around, look at them. Look at them, look at your family and friends. Give them a big shout out. Give them a round of applause. All right, recommendation number 2, and this one, bear with me, is going to be a little long. Be curious and think critically, because life, like baseball, is a thinking game. Did you know that by getting your degree or your certificate that you're actually helping to improve the health of the Mat-Su population? The health of a population is significantly impacted by social factors, and the top 2 factors are education and income, and they're related. People with a bachelor's degree will earn 39% more in the course of their lifetime than those without a bachelor's degree. The Robert Wood Johnson Foundation, the nation's premier health foundation, has shown through credible research that diabetes rates and death rates go down in a community when the percentage increases of people who have some higher level education. That's pretty incredible. Years of formal education correlate strongly with improved work and economic opportunities, reduced psychological stress, and healthier lifestyles. Healthier players play better ball. Higher levels of education are also associated with a longer life, which means you get to be in the game longer. According to the 2025 County Health Rankings published by the Robert Wood Johnson Foundation, 58% of Mat-Su residents have some post-secondary education, which is lower than the Alaska average of 65%, and even lower than the national average of 68%. So if more people in Mat-Su had some college or technical training beyond high school, our death rate would go down in Mat-Su. The Mat-Su Health Foundation is investing over $4 million in 2025 for scholarships for those pursuing health careers. That's incredible local financial support to access both academic and vocational technical training. So please help us spread the word. And in an era where education seems to get a bad rap, in politics, in the media, and in the collective psyche, I challenge you to be a staunch defender and promoter of public education and higher education. And this requires civic engagement, voting for leaders and policies that strengthen our education systems in Alaska. Here's another reason we should play the thinking game and be curious and think critically. You and I will need to find our way in a world experiencing chaotic disruption to almost every system, norm, and structure. Artificial intelligence and the internet is reshaping so many facets of our lives, including how we work and what jobs are done by people. In history class, I learned that how the printing press disrupted almost every facet of life. It changed who had access to books, religious texts, and knowledge. It restructured government, politics, religion, academia, and society. The internet, virtual spaces, and machine learning are doing the same thing on an even grander, expedited scale. It's a lot to take in, and we are riding that wave of transformation, which has both positive and negative effects and consequences. How you and I find information, react to, use, and even reject AI applications will affect our futures, how we communicate, with whom we communicate, how we access knowledge, and even what we determine to be true or real. I mean, what exactly is virtual reality? The ideologues of this world are using AI, virtual platforms, virtual spaces, and every medium possible to promote an either-or option where you must choose one stark side of a reality or the other. Think of liberals versus conservatives, right-wing versus left-wing, free market capitalism versus socialism, and even science versus religion. This is about power and control of the stories and perspectives of what happened in history. This is about power and control of the narratives of how we succeed and make progress. This is about power and control over what freedoms we have and how we will actually experience those freedoms. This is about power and control over what we are trying to conserve and or liberate. And this is about power and control over what we think and what is true. The famous scientist, educator, and writer Donella Meadows wrote about the power to transform systems in 12 steps. The last and most formidable step is transcending paradigms. A paradigm is a set of assumptions that create a viewpoint about the world. And these assumptions are shaped by our values. Meadows highlighted the fact that every value has a corresponding opposite, and that both are part of reality. Again, both are part of reality. So for instance, can you truly have freedom without accountability? If I can be free to do anything I want, I could impinge upon your freedoms. No, I must also have mutual accountability. Folks, it's not an either-or choice. We can thrive in an environment where both opposing values can be true, complementary, and actually helpful in solving complex problems. We have power. Each of you has power. Your time here at Mat-Su College has helped you to think and discern more effectively. You can hold multiple opposite truths and help us to navigate these times. Voting is one of the ways we step up to the plate and lean into the pitch. My third recommendation, Jerry Trushinsky, who is a former Mat-Su Public Health nurse manager and a longtime mentor of mine, would always say, "The world belongs to those who show up." And it's certainly true in representation and voting. In last November's borough election, less than 49% of eligible voters voted. Historically, this was a super high turnout because it was held the same day as the presidential election. And still, less than 50% of our registered voters voted. The year before, only 9.53% of registered voters voted in the local election to determine assembly and school board representation and approve an education bond. Think about this. Less than 10% of eligible voters determined important representation and policy for our borough. Your vote matters, so make it a priority to vote. This is a really important way to show up into that batter's box and lean into the pitch. Don't leave your power on the sidelines. Recommendation number 4. Don't worry about knocking it out of the park. Just connect with your teammates. When I was learning how to bat, coaches would say, don't try to slam it right out of the park. Just try to connect the bat to the ball. Here I'm talking about human connection. Life isn't an individual sport. And if you remember nothing else from this speech, remember to connect and prioritize relationships. Human beings are social creatures. New studies show that lack of social connection to each other is a greater detriment to health than obesity, smoking, and high blood pressure. Low levels of social connection are associated with declines in physical and psychological health. Research indicates very clearly that more social connection means more happiness, a longer life, better mental health, and even more active democracy. A few years ago, I spent time in Iceland to learn about their Icelandic model of prevention of alcohol and drug abuse. The officials we met with told us about their great financial crisis that started in 2008 when all 3 of the country's privately owned banks defaulted. Relative to the size of its economy, Iceland's systemic banking collapse was the largest experienced by any country in economic history. It led to a severe economic depression from 2008 to 2010. During those same years, their research showed that well-being measures increased among the people of Iceland. People came together, supported each other, strengthened relationships, and reported being happier. When things are going well economically, it reinforces our individualism. When there is a collective crisis, we tend to pull together, support each other, and ultimately draw greater joy from these connections. Iceland performs well in many measures of well-being relative to most countries in the Better Life Index. It consistently ranks at the top in social connections and above average in civic engagement and education and skills. 98% of the people in Iceland believe that they know someone that they could rely on in time of need. It's the highest of all countries surveyed in the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development. Voter turnout was 81% in their November 2024 parliamentary election. Dr. Robert Putnam, famous for his book Bowling Alone, has demonstrated how stronger social ties and fabric in a community increases voter participation. In all the research, we did a lot of primary research at the Matsu Health Foundation, we found this undercurrent of people yearning for, but not finding, social connection in our community. Whether we were surveying older adults, or young families with children, or people with behavioral health challenges, people have been telling us about feeling isolated and wanting more connection. I've even sat with a group of doctors at the hospital and listened to them bemoan the fact that they don't get to visit with each other and have camaraderie enough. So more than anything, graduates, I wish you connection and belonging. Exercise your social muscles and aptitude. which can be strengthened just like your physical ones. Network, volunteer, and favor relational over transactional. Join a club, a team, or a religious group. Get to know your neighbors and spend more time with friends and family. You will be healthier and happier for it. And to conclude, the world is hungry for your talents and engagement. We have all manner of complex problems that need solving, and we need more minds to consider them. Think about the obesity, gun violence, and opioid epidemics, climate change, access to affordable energy, and then there's the state of Alaska budget. Every problem is also an opportunity. We need critical problem solvers and thinkers to help us navigate these challenges, step into the batter's box, and chart a path forward. Your family, your workplace, and Alaska have higher expectations of you expressly because you have devoted years of your life to post-secondary education. The team, our community, is counting on you. Thank you.
Thank you, Elizabeth, for your inspired words. And now, here to grab the baton and lead his graduating class as they enter the workforce is the 2025 Mat-Su Commencement student speaker, Ethan Griswold. Ethan is making his way up to the podium. Ethan is graduating summa cum laude with an Associate of Arts in General Program and Associate of Science in General Science. He was picked to speak here today because of his thoughtful perspective and ability to authentically represent the diverse experiences of his graduating class. As a newer student at Mat-Su College, Ethan has quickly become an engaged and valued member of the campus community, finding meaning in everyday moments of perseverance, kindness, and connection. His voice reflects not only academic achievement, but the spirit, resilience, and unity that defined the class of 2025.
Good evening, everyone. So obviously, if you haven't caught on to this yet, we're graduating tonight. If someone asked you to describe your college experience in one sentence, how would you describe it? For me, especially after this last semester, I think my one sentence would go a little something like this. I cried in my car before class, I showed up to class, I put on a smile, and I held it together. Being so close to the finish line, a lot of us have had similar experiences. And yet, look at us. Here we are. We're still standing. We're still showing up. And that has to count for something. Now, before I dive into this, I want to take a moment to just really soak in the fact that we did it. We made it here, class of 2025. To our faculty, our family, our friends, we thank you, we love you for all the commitment you have shown us. To the incredible class of 2025, thank you. It means more than words can express to be standing here, representing not just my journey, but our collective journey. Because graduation, it isn't something you just stumble into. It's something you climb towards, sometimes on your knees, sometimes with coffee at 2 in the morning, sometimes with tears, and sometimes with that voice inside you saying, just keep going, man. You're almost there. We've all had those moments when we wake up and we have to will ourselves with everything in us to not give up. And still, we showed up. That's what today is about. Now, ever since I was a kid, I've chased learning like it was a treasure. I've always believed that deep, true knowledge has the power to transform and save lives. But if it's one thing that my college experience has taught me, It's that real strength isn't just found in textbooks or test scores. It's in the messy, unspoken moments we wish we could forget. Like when we still showed up to class after working a double shift. Like when we stayed up all night with our sick kids and still got that paper turned in on time. When we battled imposter syndrome thinking we don't belong here, and still, we showed up. We keep going anyway, and that's the story of Matsu College. Class of 2025, that is our story. And I remember starting my journey here at Matsu College with that mix of, excitement and uncertainty. I knew two things coming here. I wanted to help people, and I wanted to be a nurse. That was me. Some of us came here during high school. Some of us came here straight out of high school. Some of us came back after years away from school. Some of us are first generation students trailblazing through unknown territory. And some of us are juggling full-time jobs, raising kids, taking care of loved ones while chasing this dream. We have this dream, and we so desperately want it. But if it's one thing we've learned, it's that knowing what you want and how to get it are two different things. And in between, there are speed bumps, like that test that you just completely bombed, like the class that nearly broke you. If we're being honest, this journey, it was far from easy. But through all of it, we kept going. We keep on going from here. And that perseverance, that is what we're celebrating tonight. And that's why it feels so good to say, you did this. Class of 2025, we did this. Whether you got here with straight A's or scraped through with everything you had left in you, you did this. You kept going, and that is enough. We are enough. And now we find ourselves sitting side by side, wearing these gowns that may not fit perfectly, but they represent something that does fit us perfectly: resilience. Just yesterday, I was checking my transcript because, grades posted yesterday. And after seeing that I kept my desired GPA, I thought to myself, thank God. Thank God no one has to see the D that I got on my final exam. Thank God no one has to see me reaching out to my professor because I can't get my work done on time. Thank God no one has to see the tears I shed because I was so stressed out. Thank God that when anyone looks at my transcript, they don't see the worst side of me that comes out when I'm tired and I'm burnt out and I have nothing left to give. Thank God for a lot of things. And then it hit me. What on God's green earth is wrong with me? Why would I want the past couple years of my life summed up by letters on a piece of paper? Why would I want to be defined by letter grades? My transcript, it can't measure my hope, my faith, my bonds, my experience, who I am, my journey, my story. And for the rest of you as well, no transcript will ever measure what you've been through. No transcript ever measures the way we keep on. When I heard people talk about the college experience, sometimes that would conjure up dorms and football games and parties and getting absolutely wasted. But here at MSC, our experience is a little different, and I like to think more powerful. We built our education between shifts. We read textbooks in waiting rooms. We took notes in parked cars. We built ourselves in quiet, hard-earned victories. And we didn't just get an education, we earned it. And through all of that, yes, we may have laid a foundation for our lives, but we built something even greater. We built who we are. We built ourselves. We discovered who we are when things get hard. We found out just what we're made of when no one's watching. And somewhere in that process, we became not just students, but professionals, parents, caregivers, dreamers, doers, and so much more. We earned that. But the truth is, no one gets here alone. No one gets here without struggle. Some of you did this while raising children. Some of you did this while battling illness. Some of you did this while holding down more jobs than anyone should have to. And I know for many of us, it meant walking into rooms where we didn't always feel like we belonged. But we stayed. We fought for our seat at the table. We earned it. And that's what makes this class so special. Not just the degrees we're earning, but who we became along the way. Even if we haven't answered the question, what do we want to do next? We've certainly built a foundation for a question that is much bigger. Who do we want to be? Through our experience, we've learned what it means to be human beings, not human doings. And wherever we go from here, we all share a few things in common. The road after feels uncertain at best. Sometimes it's going to feel a little empty. And what can we do about it? It's simple. Every morning, we can make our bed. See, after doing that, we've accomplished one thing for the day. And from there, we keep going, knowing that we've already done something for the day. And even if you don't get to anything significant for the rest of the day, you still feel that feeling of accomplishment. I did something. Even if you don't know where you're going yet, you are going to change someone's life, as this place and its people has changed you. Life doesn't require us to have all the answers. It just asks us to keep showing up. It asks us to make our bed, to lie in it, and to do it all again tomorrow. After today, we don't just leave behind the late nights or the hard days. Life won't suddenly become easier, but we do come out of today with a mindset, a memory of what we've survived, a reminder that when things get tough, we don't break, we adapt, we persist. Don't forget what it took to get here. Don't forget the version of yourself that made it here, who kept going when it got hard. No, let that be your baseline, not just in your career, but in the rest of your life. Lift others the way someone lifted you. Whether you know it or not, someone always had your back through this. A professor who stayed late, a friend who sent you that "you've got this" text, a friend, partner, family member who took over chores just so you could study. Be that person for someone else now. We don't rise by lifting ourselves. We rise by lifting those around us. And finally, don't be afraid to take up space. Your voice, your perspective, your experience, they matter. Whether you're in a boardroom, a classroom, a hospital room, or somewhere entirely new, own that room. The world doesn't need more perfect people. The world needs us. It needs real people, people who show up, who care deeply, who try their hardest even when they're afraid. And so, as we get ready to walk across the stage and out those doors tonight, remember this. You are walking proof that hard things can be done. You are proof that failure is never final, and that even on the days you had nothing left to give, you still gave 110%. Let this be the day you decide that no matter what life throws at you next, you will show up. As we just heard, the world belongs to those who show up. You will take up space, and you will keep going. And when life asks, how will you rise? I hope you answer with 2 words: watch me. Congratulations again to the class of 2025. Thank you.
Thank you, Ethan. As we gather tonight to celebrate the culmination of our students' hard work, dedication, and perseverance, it is my honor to provide with you information regarding the honor cords and recognition that will be bestowed upon our deserving graduates. First and foremost, on behalf of the program director at UAS and Sitka, I have the privilege of recognizing a student of the Health Information Management program as the 2025 Graduate of Distinction. The graduating student is selected collectively by the program faculty at UAS for demonstrating active engagement, academic achievement, and a strong professional aptitude during their studies. This year's HIM Graduate of Distinction is Jenna Buck from Glen Allen. Jenna, would you please come forward? Jenna enrolled in the HIM program in 2023 with a background in healthcare. She started her journey as a caregiver in an assisted living facility. Jenna loved the human side of healthcare, patients and families, but thought she would be good on the administrative side as well. She pursued medical billing and coding to obtain her Certified Coding Associate certificate. Jenna's enthusiasm for healthcare was evident, and the Health Information Management program at UAS was recommended. Jenna started her path to earning the Registered Health Information Technician certification. She demonstrated engagement in course activities and was always an engaged learner who contributed to course conversations and spoke about real-world events and processes. And those conversations were valuable to her students, her colleagues, who were not working in the field. I didn't write this, by the way, so it's just my privilege to read it. While Jenna was enrolled in the AAS HIM program, she obtained the Certified Coding Specialist certificate and expanded her work duties and revenue cycle. In spring 2024, Jenna applied for the New Century Transfer Pathway Scholar, sponsored by the Coca-Cola Foundation. There were 2,000 applicants, and Jenna received this scholarship. In March of 2025, Jenna sat for her Registered Health Information Technician certificate and passed. She will not stop here. She has demonstrated a passion for lifelong learning and continual advancement in the healthcare field. Jenna is an advocate for the HIM field and a great example for the association, the American Health Information Management Association, as a lifelong learner. Congratulations, Jenna, on receiving the HIM Student of Distinction Award and on all your accomplishments. And now we will recognize our associate degree students who are graduating with academic honors. Students receiving academic honors, will you please rise? These students are proudly wearing a gold honor cord during the ceremony tonight. They have completed all requirements of their disciplinary college academic program with a cumulative GPA of 3.5 or higher. Their commitment to academic excellence sets a high standard for their peers and future generations of graduates. Congratulations. Tonight, we also acknowledge the outstanding achievements of a graduate who has been granted the Student Leadership Honors recognition. This prestigious accolade is reserved for students who have made significant contributions to enhancing the mission of Mat-Su College, our surrounding community, and promotion of student life. Recipients of this honor are commemorated with crimson honor cords and receive a permanent notation on their academic transcript. Their dedication to service and leadership is truly commendable and serves as an aspiration to all. Tonight, we honor Anastasia Kalmakova with a certificate to recognize her leadership contributions here at Mat-Su College. Unfortunately, Anastasia is not able to attend this evening. But I would like to say a few words. Not all students keep office hours, but our Student Leadership Honors student sure does. She was our student government secretary, and part of that job was keeping the office doors open. She demonstrated exceptional dedication both in and out of the classroom here at Mat-Su. While pursuing her studies in accounting, she has also served as the secretary, where she plays a key role in supporting student activities, maintaining accurate records, and ensuring transcript transparent communication. Her leadership helped foster an engaging and inclusive campus environment through the organization of events and support for student clubs. Committed to academic excellence and student empowerment, Anastasia exemplifies the spirit and mission of Mat-Su College. So let's congratulate her. Additionally, our student commencement speaker is distinguished by wearing a blue cord, symbolizing his honorary leadership role. His words of wisdom and inspiration will resonate with us as we embark on this new chapter of our lives. So now, Ethan, I invite you to come forward and receive your certificate and cords as our student commencement speaker. Your leadership and eloquence tonight are a source of inspiration to us all, and we are grateful for your contributions. We want to take a moment and recognize our middle college students who are not only graduating from high school, but also from Mat-Su College tonight. Middle college students, will you please stand? These students are distinguished this evening by their light blue stoles, which they will also wear during the Mat-Su Middle College School commencement next week. So they actually earn their associates before their high school diploma. Thank you. Finally, let us pay tribute to our active duty service members, veterans, and Gold Star families of the U.S. Armed Forces. They are wearing red, white, and blue honor cords. Will our military graduates please stand? Your sacrifice and service to our nation are deserving of our utmost respect and gratitude, so thank you. As we celebrate the achievements of our graduates today, let us also take a moment to recognize the dedication and commitment demonstrated by each individual honored tonight. Their accomplishments serve as a testament to the power of hard work, determination, perseverance, and resilience. Congratulations to you, our graduates, and may your future be filled with success, happiness, and fulfillment. So it's almost the long-awaited moment. But before you come forward to walk the stage, I would like to recognize the different groups that are graduating tonight. First, would the candidates for bachelor's degrees please rise? Will the candidates for associate's degrees please join them? And finally, will the candidates for occupational endorsement certificates also please rise? At this time, I invite Regent Crum to join me at the podium. Regent Crum, as College Director and on behalf of the faculty at Mat-Su College, it is my pleasure to present the candidates for their respective occupational endorsement certificate and associate degrees. In addition, we are pleased to present several students who were awarded their degrees by the Anchorage campus of UAA and also by the University of Alaska Southeast. Because of the proximity of family and friends, they have chosen to receive recognition at our commencement.
Well, I get to say a few words while you're standing. I just wanted to offer a little piece of advice that I got that means a lot to me, and maybe some parts of it can matter to you. Success is not a point that is reached. It is not an achievement, an office, title, or a following. It is an ethic. It is getting up every day and making, however imperfectly, choices to live in accord with what matters to you. It is creating a life that is yours. And perhaps it is leaving a little space for surprise. Space for those unexpected turns, for relationships that we don't anticipate, for those pieces of ourselves we have yet to discover. If there's one truth to this messy, wonderful act of being human, it is that the most impactful pages that make up our story often surprise us. So my one urge to you is allow yourself to be surprised, because on the other side, it's pretty glorious. So, by the authority vested in me by the Board of Regents under the Constitution of the State of Alaska, and upon the recommendation of the Director of the Matanuska-Susitna College, I confer upon you the degrees to which you are entitled with all the rights, privileges, honors, and responsibilities pertaining thereto. Congratulations.
Will the candidates for occupational endorsement certificates, associate degrees, and bachelor's degrees please come forward? Family and friends, we want to encourage you to preserve this special moment. Feel free to come forward up to the stage to take photographs of your graduate. Our photographer will also be on stage taking a picture of the graduate with Chancellor Parnell as well. Mike's not on. I think she read it in.
All right, can you hear me now? Excellent. Okay, introducing Kathy Lee Evans, University of Alaska Southeast, Bachelor of Arts, Elementary Education, cum laude. Jean Ewert, University of Alaska Southeast, Bachelor of Arts, Elementary Education, cum laude. Christine Helenthal Toms, University of Alaska Southeast, Bachelor of Arts, Elementary Education. Heidi Van Kooten, University of Alaska Southeast, Bachelor of Arts, Special Education. Stephanie Wilhock, University of Alaska Anchorage, Bachelor of Science, Natural Science. Hans Byler, Associate of Arts, General Program. Rebecca Mothershead, Associate of Applied Science, Computer Systems and Network Technology. Faith Poglish, Associate of Applied Science, Accounting, cum laude. Jessica Wright, Associate of Applied Science, Human Services. Caitlin Bennett, Associate of Applied Science, Accounting. Emily Duenas, Associate of Applied Science, Human Services. Chantal Pacheco, University of Alaska Anchorage, Occupational Endorsement Certificate, Children's Behavioral Health, and Associate of Arts, General Program, cum laude. Elaine Kachenko, Associate of Arts, General Program, cum laude. Associate of Science, General Science, cum laude. Alexandra Gapashina, Associate of Arts, General Program, and Associate of Science, General Science. Avery Gaiman, Associate of Arts, General Program, cum laude, and Associate of Science, General Science, cum laude. Katie Everett, Associate of Science, General Science, magna cum laude, and Associate of Arts, General Program, magna cum laude. Wade Hastings, Associate of Science, General Science, summa cum laude, and Associate of Arts, General Program, summa cum laude. Diana Ojwanga, Occupational Endorsement Certificate, Cisco Certified Network Associate. Kaylee Tuttle, Associate of Arts, General Program. Cade Tuttle, Associate of Applied Science, Computer Systems and Network Technology, summa cum laude. Jacob Carroll, Occupational Endorsement Certificate, Cisco Certified Network Associate. Jenna Buck, University of Alaska Southeast, Associate of Applied Science, Health Information Management, cum laude. Ethan Griswold, Associate of Arts, General Program, summa cum laude, and Associate of Science, General Science, summa cum laude.
All right. Will the class of 2025 please rise? I welcome you to the community of UAA and UAS alumni. And now, in recognition of your new status of graduated, would you please move your tassels from the right side of your cap to the left? Congratulations. Ladies and gentlemen in the audience, please remain seated until the graduates have exited. Following the recessional, we invite you to join everyone in the lobby for refreshments. Thank you for attending our graduation ceremony at Matanuska-Susitna College. And it is my pleasure now to present you the University of Alaska class of 2025. Elizabeth.
you.